and welcome to my channel. My name is Jana and you're watching Curves on the Road. Today I'll take you to the city in the state of Rio de Janeiro called Paraty. It is a UNESCO site, so you can expect to see some very old, very beautiful things, but it's also the city of beaches, so I'll take you for some vitamin C. Let's go! I will obviously give you the historical details and all the information you need to know in the voiceover, but just some things to keep in mind. The roads are very, very ancient. They kept the design even of the roads, so they are barely walkable. There's usually some water on the ground because it rains a lot and also because there's high tide, so the water just comes in the city. So good shoes, ideally waterproof, or those that you don't mind stepping in a puddle in. And yeah, it's gonna be probably hot and humid, as you can see, but it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's absolutely stunning, definitely a must-visit place.
Paraty is a UNESCO site because it is a well-preserved Portuguese colonial and Brazilian imperial city. It was a crucial port for gold mining times of the Brazilian history. As you're most probably aware, Brazil used to be Portuguese colony. That's why Brazil speaks Portuguese, and that's where the architecture originates from. Long before Portuguese, of course, there were Guayana Indians, indigenous tribes, and they used the Tupi language.
Guys, we just eavesdropped on the groups of tourists behind us and we learned that Paraty in the indigenous language means white fish. The more you know.
I'm sure you want some dates, so I'll give you some. 1597, 1667, 1696. Do you want more? Actually, these dates were the dates when the city was founded, then when it was established as a colony, and the last date, 1696, was the year when the gold mines in Minas Gerais were discovered, and all of a sudden Brazil became a source of gold for Portugal. And since Minas Gerais is in the central part of Brazil, they needed access to the sea to ship it back to Portugal. And Paraty was conveniently on the way, so it became part of the so-called Caminho do Ouro, or the Gold Trail. It was a paved road between Minas Gerais and Paraty. It was 1,200 kilometers long, and they were transporting the mined gold through there. It would be all good and well if it wasn't for the pirates, who kind of figured out that the ships leaving Paraty carry gold, and they started raiding them endlessly. So eventually the importance of Paraty declined because they figured out a safer way on the land straight to Rio de Janeiro.
The historical center is not huge. You don't need to count like the full day in the historical center because an hour or two depends if you stop somewhere for ice cream like we did or for little caipirinha. You can spend more time, but other than that, I would say 2 hours and you're perfectly fine. Real warning for you guys who have mobility issues. It is an exercise and, you know, unpredictable a little bit. I wanted a pretty shot as I'm walking through the streets, and halfway through I had to give up because you have to look down. There's no other way not to kill yourself. So yeah, the roads are authentic.
But even bad roads couldn't stop me from buying myself a magnet.
This doesn't apply only to Paraty, but wherever in Brazil, buy yourself a coconut. This one cost 15 reais and it's worth all the money. The coconut water is like absolutely refreshing, rehydrating, and I'm not sure if you can see, of course you must see, I'm sweating like crazy. It's not even that hot today, 28, 29, but listen, the humidity and the sun, oh my god, you need a coconut, trust me. And if the guy has a machete that sells the coconuts, ask them to open it for you afterwards so that you can get some extra coconutty food after.
The coconut jelly is absolutely delicious. In the small roads of Paraty, there are lots of restaurants and shops where you can sit down, chill, and enjoy the views.
I have enough dresses with parrots. Repeat after me, I don't need another parrot dress.
Paraty is extremely photogenic, very Instagrammable, and it is not overridden by tourists. Brazil in general doesn't have loads of foreign tourists, so you get a chance of nice pictures without big crowds, which is quite rare these days.
In the afternoon or evening there is a high tide and some of the roads get flooded, so some parts of the city are difficult to reach or impossible because there is water instead of the road.
And tiny little crabs hide between the stones.
We have lunch in Padaria and we have some coxinha with catupiry cheese and chicken, and I got pão de queijo with something in it, tomato on top with, and these are esfihas. What's in the esfihas? What is inside?
Ground beef.
Both.
So this is a kind of burger.
Alrighty.
And this is how coxinha looks inside. And for dessert, we had a cheesecake and a churros cake. The cheesecake with goiabada marmalade on top was much better. For me, the churros was a little bit too sweet. And now it's time to leave the city of Paraty and go to the beaches. The only disadvantage is that the good beaches are not right in the city. You have to travel for some time to get to the nice ones. We were recommended Trindade and then San Gonçalo. It's really up to you what kind of beaches do you prefer. Do you want abandoned ones that are wild and there are no people? Yeah, you have that option. For us, we are more the ones that need their shower and maybe some beverages, so we went for the ones where other people are.
Today we're going to the Trinidad beach. Correction, the pronunciation is Trindade. It's about 15 to 20 minutes away from the center of Paraty. The trip here is not crazy difficult, but there are some curves on the road, so be prepared. It costs 30 reais to park. The parking is what you see here, so it's gonna be pretty hot when we come back. Access to the beach. Should we go? There are multiple beaches. Some of them are 5 minutes walk. One of them is even 20 minutes walk. So it depends how much effort you want to put in, or if you just fancy a hike, feel free. The forecast for today has been rain all day, 80% chance. Yeah, might rain in the afternoon possibly, but so far there's a lot of sun for my ginger skin. Luckily I applied the highest SPF they have here, so fingers crossed I'll be fine. This doesn't look clean. Why are people there? Beyond me. So we got ourselves comfortable at the beach. The water comes all the way under the table, but it's a restaurant, so if you want shade, some space to sit and a bite to eat, you will need it anyways. You could do that. Of course, the prices are higher than in other places in the city, but you pay for the views, and the views are magnificent. So I have tested the waters for you, and it's absolutely delicious. It's so lovely. Definitely you need to swim a little bit further because there's some grass and a little bit of leaves. There are trees around right on the island, so it's logical. But once you swim a little bit further, it's clear and everything, and super nice. Very refreshing.
Speaking about refreshing, there's nothing better than freshly squeezed orange juice in a hot summer day.
How you pronounce it?
How you pronounce it in English? It's Czech. Good.
Pivo prosím.
The typical food that you have at the beach is camarão or shrimps. They have them either with breadcrumbs on it or just plain and simple with some sauce and lime. Yeah, something to try. Or if you like fish, they have like those balls of cod. Also delicious. I'm not a fish person, so I'm going with camarão. And as always, I need a magnet. Let's pick a good one.
Look, they sell Curves of the Road merchandise.
Even from Paraty, but like I think I should. Oh, but these are beautiful though. You know, the hand-painted ones. I love that. They have arara as well. Arara. Oh. If we ever live here, I'll buy this. Another day, another beach. Today we're at San Gonzalo. It's the opposite direction from Paraty than the beach yesterday, Trindade, and looks really good. Parking again, 30 reais. There are showers at the beach. You have to spend at least 120 reais, 150 reais on food and drinks in order to be able to use the chairs around here, but other than that, yeah, that's probably all the information. It's very calm. The sea is very calm here, so if you're a swimmer and you want to go for a swim, I think this might be the place for you. Also, the water seemed a little less dirty, and I think it's also because it is calmer, because the waves bring all the leaves and everything to the shore. We were chased away by the rain, but definitely San Gonzalo is a good beach.
And here are a few restaurants that we have eaten in while we were in Paraty. The first one was Pasta Place, and they were serving pasta in bread. I mean, you barely touched the bread. I don't understand this sort of serving, and I was not a big fan, but the pasta was delicious. Seriously, what is it with Paraty and using bread instead of a plate? The next day we had steak in cheese sauce, and guess what it was wrapped in? Yes, in bread. This dinner was better, or made a little more sense to have some bread with it. But my favorite out of all was a scondigino. It's basically a layer of dried meat covered by manioc puree and, of course, a crust of cheese.
Paraty is also known for its cachaça, which is basically something between rum and vodka that is made out of sugarcane. And here they have the cocktail called caipirinha. They have the classic one with lime, but they have loads of different fruits. This one's kiwi. I also had strawberry and maracuja. All of them delicious. I actually prefer these fruity ones. They are sweeter than the classic. So good. Pieces of fresh fruit. So you basically eat, it's a fruit salad. Like, I'm not an alcoholic, I'm eating a fruit salad.
Even this is caipirinha, this one. Blackberry caipirinha. And after good dinner, don't skip on a night walk through the city. The streets get definitely busier in the evenings. It's probably because the temperatures drop a little, and also because people go enjoy some of the restaurants and places.
So that's it. That's the whole video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, why don't you give me a historical 17th century thumb up? And you can subscribe to my channel. I upload every Sunday. Thank you very much for watching. Have an amazing rest of the day, and bye!